All right. Hey, everybody. We're going to give everyone just a minute to log in. We're not going to have a huge class today, but that is okay by me. I am happy to take time and answer questions more frequently than I normally get to. When there's hundreds of people on a webinar, typically it's like, oh, I can't keep up. So we're excited about that. Welcome, everyone. Hello, hello. I was just telling Elsie about the last time that I did a class for your association was before COVID, and I ended up going to the emergency room in Anaheim. So that is my memory, my last memory. So today I'll make a new memory via webinar. All right, we'll give everyone a few minutes to log in. So I'll give you a little bit about myself. My name is Stephanie Alfonso. Welcome, welcome. I have been in the real estate industry for well over a decade, training and teaching agents all over the country, all areas of online marketing, lead generation, you name it, social media, email marketing, online Google ads, social media, paid leads, every area of aspect you can imagine. I have taught it. In January of this year, I had the opportunity to come on over to Constant Contact. That many of you, I'm sure, have heard of. We've been around for a very, very long time. And when you think of Constant Contact, you think of email marketing, and rightfully so. We invented this space. It's not the coolest, sexiest thing to talk about in the world, but we have the #1 email deliverability in the world. But a lot of folks don't really think about it as a real estate specific company. And we are not a real estate specific company, but we service well over 25,000 real estate agents, hundreds and hundreds of associations and MLSs all over the country, and Canada and the UK and Australia. But what is really exciting about me coming over to Constant Contact is the fact that I get to bring my area of expertise, which is real estate, and be able to continue to teach classes under the umbrella of a company that has the same focus that we do. In the real estate industry, our focus is our relationships. Our database is everything. We have a podcast called Be a Marketer, to which I am actually doing a spinoff series called Be a Real Estate Marketer. And I was just interviewing today a really, really prominent real estate coach with NAR, Marquis Lemons. If any of you have ever heard of her or watched her online, she's an extremely dynamic speaker. And we were like nerding out just over database nurturing. Like, how are you communicating with your audience? And I'm really excited. I was sharing with her about this new class that we're bringing to the industry called Text to Success, as you guys see on your screen, Mastering SMS Marketing, and how we can actually leverage the device that is in our hands every single day, and how we're actually leveraging SMS in what I like to call the trifecta. Trifecta meaning email marketing, social media marketing, and SMS marketing all working together for you to not only grow your sphere, nurture your sphere, make sure that we are sharing our value, branding ourselves as thought leaders in the industry within your community, and how we can leverage and harness the power of all three of those. We know a lot about email. Although I encourage you guys to come to some of my other classes where we dive in social media. Every class we go to is all about AI and social and all of that. But are we really savvy when it comes to how we're actually leveraging SMS? Especially when we know that's where you're going to get the highest engagement than anything you possibly could, because it's on our phones. It's right here. It's that timely, quick information. So that's what we're going to dive into here today. All right. So me, yes, I already entered myself, but I live in Tampa, Florida. I have been here for over 30 years. I've raised my kids here. I have 4 daughters, and I just had my first granddaughter. And so it is really exciting now, entering into my empty nester stage of life. So I really get to do more webinars and more trainings. But definitely, it's been a wild ride in this industry, and just happy to be a resource for you guys. So copy my information, reach out. I'm here for anything you guys need. Orange County Realtors, we are partners with them as well. And so thank you so much for allowing us to bring this value to your members. It is a testament to how much you value your members and helping them to be better marketers. All right, so couple housekeeping items for you guys today. Stay interactive. I wish I could be with you all in person, but of course we've got the next best thing. So use that chat box. I'm going to check it regularly. We don't have cameras or mics on or anything, or we'd be here all night. But I definitely want to hear from you and hear your voice and your questions. Don't hesitate. Also, I will do question and answer every few slides, like I said, to keep us on track. We don't have a large group here today, so I'm not too worried about that. But then also, stay tuned. We want to be able to, of course, keep this education and this motivation going. We're happy to send you guys any type of materials that could help you along your marketing journey. And of course, shameless plug, go follow us on social media at Constant Contact on all of our platforms. Like I said, let's keep this education and motivation going. And we have a whole knowledge base for realtors and a community page for others to kind of share what they're doing to maximize their marketing. And we'd love to have you. Okay. What are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about the real estate marketing landscape, what that looks like. What are we leveraging? What should we be leveraging? The benefit of SMS marketing, some myth busting, right? What are some of the things that we think of when we think of text marketing? The party principle, my favorite thing to talk about, how we can leverage all of the platforms together. Your contact list, which is your pot of gold. Rules and regulations for SMS marketing. It's oftentimes what holds a lot of real estate agents back is, oh gosh, what are the rules? What are the regs? Do they have to opt in? How do I do that? And then, of course, practical implementation. I never want anyone to come to my classes and leave feeling like, well, that was a waste of my time, right? I want you guys to actually be like, okay, I'm going to try this. If you take away one thing today, I want you guys to maximize it, do it, right? Leave this hour and feel like you're going to do one thing to make your business better. Now, you guys see here, I have a QR code on my screen. That is for you all to have Constant Contact at no charge for the next 30 days. A lot of what I talk about, many of you don't know how to leverage it or don't have access to it. And so I want you guys to be able to play around with it, learn how to do it. Now, SMS marketing, you have to pay the Verizons of the world. SMS in and of itself is not free. However, you have access to it via Constant Contact. So all of you take it, try it, play with it. Even if you don't do SMS, which at the end of this class, you're going to want to, you can have access to the social tools, the AI tools, the email tools, and then you can work towards bringing that SMS into it. But all you do is take a photo of that QR code, just like you would a restaurant. It's going to pull up a landing page that says, work smarter, not harder. And you'll be able to put in your email address, no credit card or anything. It is our gift to you. And I will also put a link in the chat box. So let me do that before we dive in. There you go. You can click on that. And it says host and panelists. All right, let me put it to everyone. There we go. Cool. Okay, click on that and you guys have access to it. Let's get this party started. Okay, so why SMS for real estate? What is the point? Why are we doing it? And why does this matter in our industry? Well, other than the obvious, which is we are in a relationship building business and everybody is attached to their phones. Over 90% of home buyers search for homes online before engaging with an agent. That's super powerful when we think about how everything is shifting to digital. Everything is shifting. 10 years ago, 12 years ago, when I started coaching, we were still using phones, but the use was definitely not like it is today and how they were searching for properties. Agents rely heavily on digital channels like social media, email marketing, and of course, your website to attract potential clients, right? So everything is about building that list, filling the top of that funnel, of course, and that shift to digital is very prominent. And of course, the importance of mobile. Over 80% of internet users are accessing real estate listings via mobile devices, right? We all know that it is something we observe every single day. Realtors need to make sure that you are your marketing efforts are mobile optimized, right? If it can't happen on my phone, we can't depend on it. SMS marketing offers a direct, fast, and effective way to reach clients, right? It's immediate. It's not when I check my email or when I check my socials. It is going to be right in front of me. And of course, people are spending most of their time on phones. We all agree with that? Yes. And of course, personalization is key. People do business with people they like, know, and trust. Modern buyers expect personalized content. Gone are the days where canned content, you can pay a company to post on social media for you. Those days are gone. As a matter of fact, on social media, because of the algorithms, you're not even going to be seen if you're not posting content that's relevant, that's authentic. Very, very different. 10 years ago, I used to coach agents to say, hey, listen, it's better to be on social media to have that name recognition than not. Nowadays, it doesn't even matter. It used to be that I could post on Facebook and you'd see my post. Nowadays, again, because of the algorithm, that's not the case. Using targeted communication like SMS allows agents to be able to give relevant, timely information. And again, it's all about reaching your audience at the right place at the right time, right? Also, we want to start leveraging multi-channel marketing. You don't want to be in just one place. We'll talk about that. The trifecta, email, social, SMS, how can it work together? How can pairing it boost engagement and allow you to make sure you're not missing important dates and so on and so forth. And of course, changing consumer behavior. We mentioned before that with 90% of home buyers or people that are interested in buying or selling are doing so on their phones and are doing so online. Clients expect quick responses. They expect constant communication. That's for sure. SMS marketing immediacy makes it a powerful tool that is very time sensitive, relevant, and immediate, especially when it comes to reminders, new listing updates, things like that. We live in a microwave right now society. So let's talk about the missing piece in your marketing strategy. A lot of you here today probably, whether you're here right now or you're watching this recording, I know no matter who's watching, we all agree that we probably all have our email. And I'm probably, I would be shocked to find if you don't check your email every day, especially in real estate. 91% of people say that they are checking their email daily. And of course, social media. Again, 10 years ago, when I started coaching, not everybody in a room, when I asked who's using social media, would raise their hand. It was probably about 50-50. Nowadays, everyone's using social media. Now, whether you're active and consistent on it is a whole nother question for another class. But a lot of us are missing that missing piece, right? Where a lot of us are missing that kind of VIP status we're going to talk about for immediate communication. And of course, we know that other industries are really leading the way. Real estate really tends to fall behind other types of companies when it comes to how we're marketing. For example, right here, right? We want to think about how we're leveraging all three areas. Here's this is Native brand hair products, or just, that's not just hair. I actually use the shampoo. It's actually fabulous. And even my hairdresser doesn't get mad at me when I tell her I use it. But if you notice here, right here, we've got, you're building your brand on social media. I want you to think about how you're doing that. What are you doing to get exposure and build your brand on social? Then we're establishing the norm, right? We're making sure that we're sending out consistent communication via email. Of course, we're getting brands in our inbox as well. But we need to think outside the inbox, right? And also make sure that we're promoting the now, the timely, the relevant information. So think about translating this into your business. How are you building your brand online via social media, right? How are you establishing top of mind marketing through consistent and anticipated regular communication? And then how are you promoting the now? So I know I get so super excited about it. So what are the benefits? Of course, it builds relationships, and we're in a relationship building business. So that's chef's kiss for me. Building relationships is allowing you to build another tier of communication with your VIPs. It's timely, it's relevant. More than 80% of people are checking their notifications within 5 minutes, making it the perfect source for time sensitive information. Also, it's cost effective, right? As the new kid on the block, like we say, text messaging can often be an added affordability. I'm sorry, I can't even speak right now. And I have two screens here, making sure that I could see this as well. As a part of a larger digital marketing package, right? It's not expensive. I have worked and coached agents for so many years that are spending so much money with communication efforts. When we think about email marketing, when we think about social, and when we think about SMS marketing, it is a very, very low cost. And for email in particular, for every dollar spent, there's a $36 return on your investment. It is very, very inexpensive. And when you think about text messaging, whether you're paying an additional $10 or whatever that is when you're adding it onto an email strategy, it is absolutely an affordable way for you to really maximize your communication efforts. And it has very high open and conversion rates. 2/3 of consumers interact with marketing text messages from brands at least twice a week, and their preference for text is growing. I know I get communications via text. What's kind of crazy too is I was at the mall. I know, right? I was at the mall, physically at a mall. And it was hysterical because I'm in the mall and I'm getting notifications for the stores that I shop at, which is kind of wild how it just knows that I'm there. But I remember getting a message from Express, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but Express is, like many other stores, closing down a lot of actual physical stores. So I'm gonna have to do a lot of my shopping online, but I am kind of old school. I did tell you guys I am a grandmother after all. But I was there and I remember getting an email for the sale that they were having at Express. And I opened it because I shopped there. And it mattered. But to be honest, I forgot. I didn't think about it when I went to the mall about this 40% off sale that they were having. I got the text reminder and I was like, oh, I forgot they're having their 40% off everything sale. And you better believe I went and did my due diligence and did some shopping. So it's so important when you think I was already kind of primed. I knew that they were having this sale. I forgot, went to the mall, got the text notification, and it reminded me, and Express's communication did its job. So I want you guys to really start implementing that into your business. All right, so let's talk about some common myths. And a lot of these you're probably going to resonate with because I hear it all the time. Adding a new tool to your marketing mix can be scary, right? Oh gosh, I can barely keep up on Facebook. I can barely keep up with making sure that I send an email once a week, as you should be. It'll change your business. Send an email once a week. But let me kind of myth bust some of these because I really think I'm going to change your mind. All right, myth number 1, customers don't want to receive texts from businesses. I hear it all the time. Here's the reality. According to our S&B research, consumers rate that it is the number 2 most preferred. If I text my buyers and sellers and agents, they're going to feel pestered. All right, this is real-time stuff. I know probably if you're like, yeah, I kind of feel that way too. In order to use SMS marketing, here's the good news. You do have to obtain consent. You cannot do SMS marketing without people opting in. So the folks that are opting in to receive text messages from you, and they will, and they do, are raising their hand and they're asking for it. Right? So you can get rid of that hurdle right now. The people who are getting it from you raise their hand to receive it. Myth number 3, I get texts all the time, or I text folks all the time. Isn't that SMS marketing? So not quite. SMS marketing refers specifically to using SMS as a marketing channel, specific communications, specific goals, specific results or calls to action, and includes automation. Okay. Scheduling, list building, reporting. It's not just sending a text that's not trackable without a CTA. When we're really putting this into a marketing strategy, it is going to tie into everything else you're doing. It is going to allow us to link to whatever the goal is, whether it is to go to your website to look at more properties, whether it's to schedule an appointment with you. It is a very strategic means of communication. So just sending texts, not good enough, my friends. We really need to start thinking about it and bringing it to the fold. Okay. And again, sometimes it's hard to teach old dogs new tricks. I'm speaking to myself. I'm not calling you old, I promise you. But allowing, and it's funny, right? Because a lot of us are like, we've been texting forever, but social media was the hard thing to adopt. Now we're doing well on social media, but we think, wait a minute, let me get back to this guy and see how I'm going to really start building out campaigns within it. Make sense? All right. So how to fit SMS into your digital marketing strategy. Once again, guys, here's that QR code, or click on the link in the chat if you guys want to start playing around with this in our platform. So let's talk about the party principle. The party principle, I love to think of everything as a party, right? I want us to start thinking about social media, email, and SMS as kind of the different stages to our party. Social media is your big party. Everybody and anybody is invited to the big party. If I'd sell you a home, or if you would work with me, you're invited to this party. Okay, this is where your reach is. Now, you need to think of email as that after party. Some would say is more fun, but this is definitely where business happens. 86% of your business is going to come right here. The goal of everything we're doing online, whether it's advertisements or promotion or TikTok videos or everything we're doing on social, the goal is to build this list. And then now we're going to bring SMS marketing into the fold. This is the VIP party. Let's say you send out your email to 1,000 contacts and you've got about 20 people who are clicking on your listings. Those are your hot leads. Those are the people you want to bring into your SMS, right? Those are the people that you want to give updates onto the price reduction or the open house for that property that they're interested in. Okay, bringing it all together is going to absolutely turn you into a rock star marketer. So let's harness the strengths of all of it. The reach of social media, right? The robust communication and messaging and consistency of email. And then, of course, that more timely, relevant communicative back and forth that you actually have with short messages via text. All right, any questions so far? I know I get passionate and I get excited about what I'm talking about. Sometimes I'll forget, but go ahead and throw those questions in the chat box if you have them for me, or just give me a shout out and say, like, I want to hear from you. How many of you are doing SMS marketing right now? Anyone? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And maybe what are some of the things that are holding you back, or maybe it's just something you haven't considered. So definitely throw that information in the chat box for me. All right. So using social media and SMS together to drive eyeballs, right? In other words, build awareness and exposure. So ways to do that: linking SMS messages to social media giveaways and live streams for in the moment promotion. Right? If you think about it, you're doing a Facebook Live event and you want to target your audience that opted into text to let them know, hey, I'm going live in 10 minutes on Facebook. Click here. You guys get these kind of messages all the time, and we think about it as from large companies. Guys, you are the CEO of your business. I really want you to start. That's why we at Constant Contact, we say we help the small stand tall. Gosh, almost 90% of all real estate businesses are small businesses. We need to start really structuring our business as that, right? Share your SMS sign-up form on social channels when you post a property listing, an event announcement, just for people to stay up to date. That's a way for you to start building those opt-ins. And include SMS signups on social media, including Linktree pages, and is another really, really great way to utilize your social media to drive eyes, to drive engagement and exposure. Now, a lot of you might be like, hey, are you going to send me this deck? I'm not, but feel free to take photos of these. We're also recording, so we'll make sure that we have this replayed. I believe it'll go on your association's YouTube channel. So definitely feel free to play that back or tell other people that you know to definitely go check out this class. All right. So let's look at some live time, real examples of how you can actually start implementing SMS into your strategy. All right, so plenty of ways. There's so many ways to find leads, and of course, nurture existing ones using SMS messaging. So try some of these out. New listing alerts, right? So here's some examples. Hey, Stephanie, a new listing just became available in your preferred neighborhood of XYZ. It features 3 bedrooms and a large backyard. Would you want to, schedule a showing? Think about the tools that you are utilizing right now. You've got somebody signed up on your website to receive alerts whenever there's a property that meets their search criteria. Utilize SMS messaging to let them know. I know I personally have worked for a company before that had this type of functionality with their IDX website and their CRM. But imagine being able to notify people not just in email, but by text. Right? Especially when we think about how wonky the market is, that man, I know that interest rates just dropped. And now all of a sudden, this home I've been keeping my eyeball on for the past 6 months is available. Are you kidding me? I need to know that right away. Open house reminders. Of course, we all need reminders. Thank you. My goodness, I think that if I didn't get like several text reminders throughout my day, I'd probably drop half the balls that I've got in the air. So again, open house. Let's say you do a social media push, you send out an email blast to your network, you've got a registration page that people are registering for, you've got people clicking on it that are interested, put them into an SMS campaign, remind them about it. So when they're out and about on a Saturday morning, they can go, oh my goodness, I remember I wanted to go to this. Let me call, up my realtor and make sure we get there. Or community awareness. One of the classes that I teach about is called Local Heroes. You guys, it should be a priority for you to really start branding yourself as that community expert, right? Make sure that I know, number one, who you are and where you serve. Maybe you have a niche market. Maybe you specialize in working with first-time home buyers, luxury properties, 55 and over communities. Maybe you're involved with your kids' sporting team and you sponsor them. Whatever it might be, you really want to make sure that you are branding yourself as a community expert and as a community resource. So maybe there's a parade that's going on around the holidays, or there's a farmer's market this weekend. Be more to your sphere than just buy with me, sell with me. I love your referrals. Really be that person that's going to be timely and relevant with information that is outside of just the real estate box, but to brand yourself as that community expert, that friend, that person that I actually want to communicate with regularly. Price drop notifications. Again, if there's a property I've got my eye on, the interest rates are starting to drop, that price is starting to drop. Let's do this, right? So a few more market updates. I think this is great. Hey, Stephanie, did you know the average home price in Tampa has gone up by 5% this year? Hey, it might keep going that way. Maybe we need to talk, whatever it might be. Hey, the average home price in your neighborhood. This is something that we might get from RPR or other sources that are sending it via email. But sometimes, again, this timely reminders of people that checked their text but looked over it on their email is just, again, another avenue. Lead validation, right? The folks came to your open house. Now, hey, thanks for coming to 123 Main Street. Agents really struggle with follow-up, and having some automation with SMS is going to help you to make sure that you're staying in touch in a more robust way. And we are in a referral-based business, my friends. Get good about asking for referrals. Get good about asking for reviews. Most of us have used rideshare, right? An Uber or a Lyft. As soon as that ride is over, what's the first thing that happens in that app? It asks you for that 5-star review. Do the same thing. Make sure that, and it doesn't have to just be that you want a review at the closing after, you're at the closing table. that's a great time to do a video and ask for them to give you a review. But maybe after you had an hour-long conversation with a friend of yours, kind of consulting and giving some expert advice on buying in your area, or maybe you drove around all day with the picky couple. Those, I want to know about the real estate journey. Guys, we're in a time right now, people are questioning your value. I know your value, you know your value, but you want to know who doesn't? So many people out there that have heard all of the buzz and maybe some false information about what's going on with buyer's agent compensation. It's on us to communicate effectively and make sure people know, hey, I would never step into a courtroom without an attorney. I'm certainly not stepping into the largest transaction of my life without the representation of you as the professional. So show people your value, get reviews and get referrals from people who can speak to the journey, not just the end result, so that nobody will ever think realtors make too much money. Look how easy that looked. Oh no, my friend. We need to show you how the sausage is made, right? Super important. SMS for property listings, announce newly listed properties, spotlight areas and neighborhoods, communicate price changes, remind subscribers of important dates and deadlines like open houses, things like that. These are, again, this is going to give me that immediate result that we're not just going to be leaning on social media to be overlooked, especially because the algorithms are not giving value to this kind of content. We have to know that. You control this list. You control your email list. Those are under your control. That's your database. That's where your business is coming from. Social media is the vehicle to grow those. We got to harness that. SMS for open houses, like I mentioned to you before, quick, timely, announce it, send reminders, get feedback. All of these are awesome ways to really leverage SMS in a way that's going to be, you're going to get more engagement. Follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up in every way, shape, or form. No matter what kind of sales you're into, follow up is crucial. Remind potential buyers of properties they viewed or they expressed interest in or they clicked on in your newsletter. Check in with buyers and sellers to see if they're still interested in something, kind of that empty cart or abandoned cart scenario, right, in the retail space we would think of. Stay top of mind and follow up with your team and stay on track, right? Again, leveraging all these basic marketing ideas, but think about it beyond the inbox, right? Think about that as that more quick and timely information. So getting started with SMS marketing. Now, of course, you're welcome to get started with us. We would love to hold your hand and walk you along this journey, and we want to give you the opportunity for that. But I want to give you some practical steps on how to do it. So first and foremost, you want to start with building your SMS contact list, right? We want to build that list. Each of your marketing channels can be used to help you build your SMS subscriber list. So do things like use QR codes linking to your sign-up page when in person, whether you're at an event, you're out networking, you're at a conference, open houses, business cards. I'm not sure if you guys all have Savvy Card with your association or with your MLS. I think I use a Savvy Card. I think they're phenomenal. It's a digital business card. Signage. People are very used to using QR codes. So look at that as a way to, again, build that list. I had somebody say to me before, I see agents putting QR codes on street signs and this and that. And what is the point of it? And I say, to grow their list. Contact. It's not necessarily going to convert to a sale, but it's going to grow your list. The more you grow your list, right? I can tell by looking in your database how busy you're going to be this year. That's the true story. Target email only subscribers with an invitation to join your SMS list, right? You might have 2,000, 5,000, 500 folks in your email database. Target them and ask them to join and opt in for SMS for local community updates. Point your social media followers and your fans, right? For those of you who are going in that influencer realm, to SMS exclusive listings and events that are going on with your business. And of course, like we talked about, include SMS on your your sign up pages, landing pages, to all your subscribers that are joining, whether it's on social media or through your newsletter subscribers. All right, let's check. I think I have a question. Let's see. Okay, nope, I don't. We're good. Cool. Moving on. There we go. Segmenting your list. Oh my goodness. This is where things start to get a little bit crazy, where people are like, wait a minute, what are we talking about? I'm just getting warm to the idea of actually utilizing SMS marketing. But what do you mean by segmenting that list? This is really what it comes down to, that we want to send the right material, the right kind of context to the right people at the right time. So I'll give you guys a real life example. I have a customer of mine, or a client of mine. She sold a home to a couple. They were so excited, had a relationship, had worked together for a couple months. Everything was wonderful. She gave them the keys to their dream home. A week later, she sent out an email campaign, used AI, and it was very personalized. Hey, Stephanie, I was thinking about you today. I think it might be a great time for us to see what your home is worth. It's the biggest investment of your life. It might be the right time to sell. Buyers are hot to trot right now. Think about it. I'm getting this email from somebody that I was thinking I was, and it's saying that we want to look at if I'm ready to sell. I still have boxes in my foyer. That's not very authentic, right? We need to make sure that the kind of information that you're sending is going to be targeted to the right person. 52% of consumers say that they actually will opt out to receiving communications if they're not targeted. Very, very important, especially in our industry. So segmenting your list can help ensure, again, that you've got the right content for each audience: buyers, sellers, industry professionals, other agents, affiliates, whatever it might be, people, and maybe you work in 2 different towns or 2 different states or whatever that might be. You want to make sure that you're utilizing segmentation for that. Now, with AI tools, it makes it very, very easy. Thank goodness. You guys can definitely leverage that within your Constant Contact platform if you want to play around with it, and it'll really help you. But I want you to remember, your buyers can and should be segmented further into areas of interest, right? So this is kind of like the beginning stages of how we're putting out content. We're going to send this kind of content to my potential buyers versus sellers, or people that are, colleagues and maybe affiliates versus customers. Maybe by budget, right? Maybe those are people within a certain budget, within a certain neighborhood, a certain property type. Those are ways that we can get even more targeted with the communication that we're putting out there. So a couple best practices, of course. Whenever we're talking about SMS, we want to be careful and mindful of character count, 160 characters or less, including spaces. Of course, that's kind of the standard. But whenever you're using emojis, you want to make sure you keep it about 70 or below. Again, this is quick, timely, fast information. People are only looking at an email on their phone for 9 seconds, and a text message is even less. Include a link whenever possible. Again, we always want to make sure we've got that call to action, and that I can get more information and drive that audience even further. And of course, be deliberate with your frequency, right? If this, then that, right? If they're clicking on this in my email, then they're going to get a text message, right? Now, within the Constant Contact platform, you can actually set these settings to where if they open this email, they'll get this text, or if they click on this link, they'll get this text. So you can definitely set that up automated. But if you're thinking about what I'm looking to, you got to really start thinking about what you're looking to accomplish with your SMS, and really all areas. You should always have a business result with any kind of communication, right? So know the rules and regulations. Of course, this stuff's, kind of the boring stuff. You can take a look over it if you want to revisit this with the video. You must obtain consent in order to, to include people in an SMS campaign through a sign-up form with clear language, allowing them to opt out. That you also must obey quiet hours. So certainly, you guys are on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast, right? but maybe I still even have an area code that was from the West Coast when I used to live there. You want to be very mindful of that and make sure that you have your SMS campaigns kind of set up when it would be appropriate hours, right? I certainly wouldn't want to send a text to you when it's 5 o'clock in the morning, even though it's 8 o'clock for me, right? So description of the program, the phrase message and data rates apply. I'm sure you guys have heard that before. Instructions on how to opt out, contact and support information, short code, phone number messages will come from, the number of messages subscribers can expect to receive, a link to your terms and conditions, things like this. Now, of course, we provide all of that assistance with our platform, but if you're doing it on your own, take a picture of this, make sure that these are the things that you're looking into to make sure that you stay in compliance. Okay. All right, optimizing your SMS marketing. How can we leverage, scale, grow, and make this work for us? Tracking SMS campaign performance. Seriously, guys, I know it doesn't sound super exciting when we think about like tracking and reporting and all of that, but it's so important. We have to really think about when we're putting all this effort into communications, we want to make sure that we are seeing how well things perform so that we can make adjustments accordingly, right? Measure those key performance indicators to monitor the effectiveness of your campaign. So here are a few things. Delivered, right? We want to see that this was actually delivered. It tells you how accurate your phone number data is for your subscribers. If you sent out 100 and you know that only 20 got delivered, then maybe you have people that are unsubscribing, and that's important information to know. Clicks, how many people are clicking the links inside of your text messages? Again, heat indicators to see what people are interested in. Also conversions, of course, how many people are taking action on the page after they have been sent there through text? All of these kind of metrics are allowing you to get to know what your customer base looks like. It allows you to be able to make good business decisions on what you should lean into and what you should pull back from. And then, of course, your contacts. How many contacts unsubscribe from your SMS after each campaign? Once again, allowing you the insight so you can become a better marketer and become more efficient with your messaging. Now, I will tell you, AI tools will help you to structure a lot of this. A lot of times agents, we struggle with that blank page syndrome when it comes to email or social posting, but we also face that when it comes to SMS. It's a little bit easier sometimes with SMS because it's short, it's reminders. It's not like we have to get too fancy with our verbiage or try to hook people in to capture their attention on social media. But AI tools can certainly help to structure this as well to make sure that it is concise and has a clear call to action. But remember, when we talk about performance data, the data that you collect from your SMS based on what's being clicked on, what's being delivered, what's being engaged with is going to help you to evaluate future campaigns, right? So to break it down, just so you can really understand low delivery, how can we make it better? If you've got low delivery rates, right? Maybe you need to, each of your subscribers, you need to reach out to see it, or I can't even talk today. Reach out to your subscribers to confirm and correct their information. The reason why I think I got a little tied up there because it should say reach, not each. Also, low clicks. If I'm not getting very many clicks, in the marketing world, we joke and we say, if a tree falls in a forest, didn't make a sound, right? If you're not getting clicks, is it making a sound? Tweaking your messaging. Consider trying some type of content generating tool, like I told you with AI. You can do that. Low conversions, right? Make sure that you're ensuring that the text message matches the destination, right? If you're sending information, a reminder of an open house, maybe you want to have a link to that property on your website so I can see the photos. If it's see the neighborhood, see that I'm really interested. And then, of course, unsubscribers. Evaluate your message frequency, evaluate the relevancy, because if you're getting a lot of people to unsubscribe, that's a red flag to see that something's wrong. And then, of course, automation, because who has time to do all of this themselves? not I said the fly. We want to make sure that, that we're automating 99% of the things that we're doing online, right? Set up automated welcome series when somebody signs up for your texts. Schedule follow-up messages when we've got engagement. Schedule messages in advance. We have this open house coming up. We want to schedule it so that everybody that's registering or everybody that's engaged or everyone that I invited is getting those reminders, and include text messages in automation series. So think about this. Now, in Constant Contact, this is something you guys can play around with, is our campaign builder. So let's think about this from an open house perspective. If I'm having an open house in 2 weeks, and I want to create a campaign to promote this with the AI tool that we have in our platform, you can literally put the details of the open house and it will construct the full automated campaign, from the landing page to the email reminders to the social media promotion to the SMS reminders to the follow-up emails, you name it, from A to Z. These are the kind of automations that you can have at your fingertips now that'll include that SMS. All right. So it really, man, things have come so far. I used to coach on really how-tos of being a marketer. Click here, point here, do this, do that. Nowadays, it's kind of like, hey, let's get all this automated. You got to do this so that you can get out there and really start doing what you love and really start doing what you're good at, right? The shaking hands, kissing babies, all that good stuff. All right. Now, what's next? What's next with SMS marketing? Let's talk about it. The future of SMS. Real estate is one of the top 4 industries actively using SMS through Constant Contact. That's a big deal. That tells me you guys are seeing the value. This is making a difference, right? And we know it doesn't surprise me, because relationships is our business, right? According to eMarketer, personalized messaging in the future of SMS marketing, businesses that are offering tailored language, product listings, and deals will stand out. That's why you see every industry doing it now. It makes a difference. AI, expect to see AI become a key part of SMS marketing campaigns, including AI content and campaign generation, just like I talked to you guys about, included in that email and social media stream. And consumer confidence in and preference for SMS marketing or messages from businesses and brands is on the rise, right? We're starting to see more and more. It's going to be the norm. It is definitely becoming more prevalent in every single industry. Real estate definitely is no exception. All right, so Constant Contact SMS marketing, you guys all have access to that. You certainly can lean in, reach out to us if you have any questions, comments, concerns. You certainly can add that to any platform that we have if you already are a Constant Contact customer as well. All right, so now we know you'd rather be out there selling. So here's how you can create a multi-channel campaign that includes SMS quickly and easily with Constant Contact's Campaign Builder. Like I told you before, you can choose your message, select your audience, select the time frame, choose your channel, set your tone. Do I want this to be informative, enthusiastic? Give those fine details and it'll generate all the results. It'll create the social media page. It'll create the email. It'll create the text, all of it for you, right? So just like I showed you before on the shampoo bottles, on Native shampoo, that's what retail is doing, right? That's what restaurants are starting to do. All areas of business, we now need to make sure that we're leveraging this in real estate to make sure that we're getting that omni-channel marketing effect. All right, so thank you guys. I want to make sure that I knew, I was like, wait a minute, I hope I'm going to finish here on time, and I think I did really good for timing. Any questions, comments, anything at all that I can, I'll stay on for a few minutes and get all those questions answered for you. Again, please take advantage of having Constant Contact for free. If you guys are watching the replay of this video, simply scan the QR code on your screen and you guys have access to it as well. And start playing around with it. Help let AI create an email newsletter for you if you want to try that before you dive into text. If you're like, wait, I need to back up for a second. And definitely feel free to reach out to anyone here that can help you with it. So With that being said, thank you all so much. Elsie and OC Realtors, thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to coming back again.